At the end of the day, when the noise settles, when the hectic pace slows, the prescriptions are sent, the message is answered, this is where I like to land. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you've listened before, welcome back. Since this is the first episode of the new year, it felt like the right moment to pause and reintroduce myself. I'm Dr. Cameo Carter. I'm a pediatrician, a mom, a business owner, a community advocate, a lifelong learner, and someone who wears a lot of different hats, sometimes gracefully, sometimes clumsily, and sometimes all at once. This short format weekly podcast, at the end of the day, is where I reflect on moments like this. The small ones that linger, the ones that quietly shape us, the ones that resurface when we're tired, doubting ourselves, or standing at the edge of something new. And today, I want to reintroduce myself and share where the name DoctorLady came from, because it comes from a moment that has stayed with me for decades, and in many ways, shaped how I see myself and the work that I do. This story is also shared on the front page of my website. You can find it at DoctorLadyMD.com, along with more about what I do, the spaces I work in, and the many roles I hold. But I wanted to tell the story here in my own voice, the way it lives in my memory. So imagine I'm standing outside the exam room, reaching for the chart, tucked deep into the slot by the door. I paused, not because I forgot what I was about to do, but because suddenly I felt everything. My feet ached, my skin felt dry and tight. I closed my eyes for just a second, trying to summon enough energy to keep going. It was hour 26 of 30. I had worked the entire day and night before. I'd spent the night admitting sick kids into the hospital, and that morning I'd been assigned to outpatient resident clinic. I was running on fumes. I glanced at the chart. A 4-year-old, well visit. I took a breath. I brushed the messy curls that had fallen out of my ponytail behind my ear, adjusted my rumpled scrubs, and walked in. Before I could even take in the room, though, the little boy launched himself off the table and landed right in front of me, arms raised high, grinning from ear to ear, and he proclaimed with absolute joy, "It's a lady!" I startled, caught me off guard, and then I laughed because in that moment, unglamorous clogs, no sleep, hair and makeup very much not cooperating, the last thing I would have called myself, if I had to describe, was a lady. His mother quickly scooped him up and smiled. "We like to play games while we wait," she said. "One of them is guessing whether it'll be a lady or a man who comes in next. And you're a lady." I smiled back, took his little hands, looked him in the eyes. "Yes," I said, "I am a lady. Thank you for reminding me." And just like that, we went on with the visit. That interaction has stayed with me. It has surfaced at different points in my life and career, during moments of exhaustion, transition, self-doubt, and growth. Because the real question wasn't, why did he call me a lady? It was, why didn't I feel like one? I was a woman. By definition, me saying that should have been enough. And yet, even in roles I fully occupied, I often felt like I wasn't quite enough of them. Not put together enough, not confident enough, not polished enough, not balanced enough. Somehow in our culture, especially for women, the bar keeps moving. If you're a career woman, you're expected to continually prove you deserve your seat at the table, while still meeting expectations of warmth, grace, and femininity. If you're a stay-at-home mom, there's pressure to be endlessly patient, deeply present, nutritionally savvy, emotionally attuned, creatively stimulating, and to look good while doing it. And if you're both a career woman and a mother, the expectation often becomes doing all of it simultaneously and perfectly And when we fall short, as we all do, because no one can do everything 100% of the time, we don't offer ourselves grace. We judge ourselves. We feel guilty. We strategize how to make the math work next time. And the cycle repeats. Expectations, failure, guilt, resolve, again and again and again. And not only are we merciless with ourselves, we often don't extend enough grace to each other. Women judging women. If we think we've figured something out, why hasn't she? If another woman makes choices we wouldn't, why does it bother us so much? We do it quietly, under soft disclaimers. I don't mean to be mean, but I don't know the whole story, but I heard. Did you see what she was wearing? I can't believe she lets her kids do that. We don't see her exhaustion, her loneliness, her insecurity, but we critique anyway. Does it make us feel better? Maybe. When we're constantly falling short in our own minds, pointing out someone else's perceived failure offers temporary relief. But it comes at a cost. Because if we allowed more imperfection, more individuality, more humanity, we'd open the door to something deeper. Real connection, authentic living, true community. Women are extraordinary. Our capacity for love, empathy, generosity, and resilience is remarkable. Our ability to hold multiple roles, sometimes all at once, can feel almost magical. That deserves celebration, not scrutiny. So maybe this year we try something different. We give ourselves more compassion. We assume good intent in others. We lift instead of evaluate. We soften instead of sharpen. Because whether we're in Louboutins or clogs, whether our hair is perfectly styled or barely hanging on, whether we've slept 8 hours or not at all, we're ladies. And that's where Dr. Lady comes from. Not perfection, not polish, but presence, humanity, and showing up as we are. We're not perfect, and thank God for that. At the end of the day, I hope you're a little gentler with yourself this year, and maybe with the women around you too. I'll see you next time.